The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BC, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, doing a little spontaneous 2 a.m. visit to the Hard Rock Casino. Shout out to the Guitar Hotel behind me. I'm not gambling, so if you guys are wondering, is BT becoming a gambling addict? No, I'm not gambling. I was invited here by some of my friends, visiting them, just tagging along. I don't gamble, but I wanted to take this time while I'm on my way into the casino, and I'll actually pause right here with the guitar in the background. I wanted to take this time to talk about Ryan Garcia a little bit more. I wanted to talk about something he said in the interview, and I think it's an interesting topic to talk about. He talked about some of his dreams and aspirations in boxing, and one of his dreams, he said, was that he wants a Manny Pacquiao fight in the future, and he doesn't care if it's 140 or 147. Now, I like this kid. I'm starting to really like Ryan because Ryan, I'm starting to see that he's not just all talk, that he really means what he says. So I respect any fighter who means what they say. You know, when you think about the potential of a Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao fight, that is the ultimate passing of the torch fight. Because you gotta think of it like this, right? Ryan's probably gonna fight Gervonta Davis next, and then after he fights Tank, then maybe he's looking at fighting maybe a Haney or someone like that. But let's just say he fights Tank, and maybe he has a tune-up fight, mandatory, wins a title, does some title defenses, whatever. Assuming that Ryan Garcia can stay unbeaten for 2 or 3 more fights, it's not unlikely that he might fight Manny Pacquiao, because you think about it, right? What runs the world and what runs the sport of boxing? What runs, that Guitar Hotel and this casino behind me? It's all about money. It's all about money, numbers, status. And the guy that has the most money, numbers, and status in the 135-pound division, even though he don't have the most accomplishments, is Ryan Garcia. He brings a very large and youthful fan base to boxing. He brings and generates interest from people that don't normally tune into boxing. So he has star power, and star power can take you places. So for him, being the star that he is already in boxing, to take on a guy like Manny Pacquiao, that is the ultimate spectacle. That is the kind of spectacle that I think boxing fans have been waiting for. True boxing fans have been waiting for a long, long time. I know Manny Pacquiao, he might, this is going to be a very interesting 2021 for him, because he's going to be fighting maybe Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. But if that doesn't happen for some reason and Manny Pacquiao fights someone else, or even if he doesn't, I think a Ryan Garcia Manny Pacquiao fight is actually one of the biggest money fights in boxing. I'll put it up there as far as future money fights that nobody's really talking about right now. Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia, Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga. These are some of the potential fights, possible fights that I believe would be able to transcend the sport and garner a lot of eyeballs that normally wouldn't be there. And on top of that, I think these are the kind of fights that are good for the health of the sport of boxing, which is why I think if you're someone like myself who really cares about boxing and wants it to do well, I have a vested interest in and seeing how Ryan Garcia does, because whether we like it or not, he's promoted himself so well, so much so to the point where he really has captivated the imaginations and the attention of many people. So it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting proposition in terms of the spectacle and the event that it could be Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. It's speed versus speed. You got the Manny Pacquiao speed coming from all the different angles. He's like ba 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 ba. He's just everywhere, Manny Pacquiao. And you got Ryan Garcia with the crazy hooks. It'd be an interesting fight. Being that Ryan Garcia is taller, he's younger, and he's got a whole lot of room to grow. He's gonna become a better fighter after the Luke Campbell fight. So don't think that if he fights Pacquiao that's the guy you're gonna see when he fights Pacquiao, because the guy that will fight if he fights Pacquiao will be a whole lot better. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just I believe, like, if boxing ever returns to normal, if the world ever returns to normal, I feel like Pacquiao Garcia is the kind of fight where if you have a full crowd there, it could sell out the MGM Grand. It can do massive numbers. And bold prediction, just before I end the video, it's a bold prediction before I end the video. I'm not sure how much longer Pacquiao has with PBC, or if he's even still with PBC, But don't be surprised in the near future if Matchroom Boxing and DAZN and all parties involved try to snag Manny Pacquiao. And if something like that were to happen, if Manny Pacquiao were to get snagged by a Matchroom Boxing or DAZN in the future, then that would be a clear-cut indicator that Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia is more than just an interesting proposition or interesting, potential matchup. It's a realistic fight that could happen, because then you have, two guys under the same umbrella, and Pacquiao. The thing with Pacquiao is a lot of these guys want to fight Pacquiao. Like Crawford wants to fight Pacquiao, and Spence wants to fight Pacquiao. But the problem is neither one of those guys can guarantee Pacquiao his $20 million guarantee. To fight Pacquiao, it's more than just being a champion, because he's won so many titles and he's accomplished so much that belts don't mean a damn thing to Pacquiao anymore. You got to be able to have that name, have that cachet, be that top dog in your division, and be able to command a big enough gate to fulfill not just your purse and your demands, but the $20 million guarantee plus that Manny Pacquiao will demand. So, Ryan Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao, potentially the biggest fight in boxing. So that's just my little thoughts on that. I want to give my thoughts on that. I'm not knocking Ryan Garcia at all. In fact, I applaud his ambition, because I don't hear a lot of people with that kind of ambition in boxing. So much success to him, much blessings to the young man, and I'll be watching. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below about Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia in the future. Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Is it a joke? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Shout out to the Guitar Hotel in the background.